checked, and I can tell you that when they brought this to my attention, and then I realized the connection of my good friend John, who greeted me when I moved over to North Babylon High School in 11th grade and was scared out of my wits. And him and his brother Paul took me under their wing and made sure I had a nice kind of landing into North Babylon High School, so that the connection was made. And then I learned all about Shannon, and the only thing I'm just sorry about is I never got to meet Shannon. But I guess Shannon lives with all of us now for what she represents and what she's done. So my colleagues on the town board, Tony Martinez and Terry McSweeney, Jerry Compatello, our town clerk, as well as Jackie Gordon and Anthony Minetta are honored to be able to host this morning, to let you know that we greatly care about each and every one of you and what you've gone through, the loss that you've suffered, and how selfless you've all been for the relationship that you had with Shannon and the fact that you're sharing her with us, and you didn't let that go, and you carried out everything that she said to you as she suffered through that terrible disease. So we're honored in the town of Babylon to have played some small role here, and that's when we presented the Got Checked Day resolution, and we're going to continue to promote Got Checked because the work doesn't stop here. This is just the beginning. And I'm going to let and introduce our two heroes, our two Shiros. Don't worry, I take direction from them. They're tough, and you all saw them in action in Albany, and we're honored to have them there. We're also honored to have T.J. Hatter, who represents Attorney General Tish James, and
someone else we will take orders from.
Yes, strong women, get it done, right?
Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Strong women, get it done. So I'm going to introduce Senator Monica Martinez, the sponsor of the bill in the state Senate, for a few words. Thanks, Monica.
Thank you. And first of all, good morning, and thank you for being here with us tonight. I would like to begin thanking my colleagues in both the State Senate and the Assembly for their tireless efforts in making sure that we pass Shannon's Law after so many years of tireless advocacy, especially starting with Donna and Linda with First Company Pink and Got Checked. I also want to thank my colleague at the Senate, Senator Phil Boyle, who carried the bill first. And he's going to joke around probably a little later and say how I've taken a couple of his bills and passed them and got them close to the finish line. But this is what we do, bipartisan, making sure that good laws get passed, regardless of how much time things have taken. But when we know that something is good, we want to make sure that we get it passed. So Senator Phil Boyle, thank you so much for your efforts in making sure that this also gets passed. I also obviously want to thank the governor, Andrew Cuomo, for believing in this as well. He himself had a personal issue that he felt that it was very important to make sure that people understood the importance of getting checked. And the work and the ethic that goes into determining the education to the public is very important, and that's what you've all done. And Supervisor Schaefer just said that before, your efforts. And even though we have not met Shannon, we know Shannon now through you and through your advocacy, because I met you a couple of weeks ago down at Overlook Beach and running for a cause. First time I ever ran a runway, first of all. But thank you. But, you know, just bringing awareness is so important. And a couple of weeks ago, we held our first Long Island Breast Cancer Forum, where we brought in specialists and professionals to talk about the importance and certain things that cause breast cancer. And in the past, it was always known as a family history, but it's no longer family history. I could tell you that after that forum, one of the things that I said was that I will not be a hypocrite in where we're telling people to go get checked. I will be 42 next week, and I had yet to get checked. So I did that day. So just so you know, Shannon's Law is already working, okay? Because if it weren't for Shannon's Law and your advocacy, I would not have gotten checked that day. And just to give you a personal story, and I shared it with some of you of Shannon's family yesterday, if it weren't for me doing that, I would not have found out that there's something potentially wrong with me. I did my testing and they asked for follow-up, and I have to go for another follow-up. But I know that if it weren't for your efforts and me pushing for individuals to get checked and then me going to get checked, this I would not have known, right? So thank you for saving my life. So please know that Shannon lives with us and she will live with us forever. And your daughter, Sienna, your mommy, has done such great work, and you should be very proud of her. So thank you. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce the other Shiro from the Assembly side, Assemblywoman Kimberly Jean-Pierre.
Good morning, everyone. It is truly an honor to be here with you today, and thank you for joining us. We have so much to celebrate. I can't say enough about each of the people who have the pleasure of standing here with you and people who are in this room. Because of Shannon, we have brought a new wave of education, not just on Long Island, throughout the state. And I really want to thank my colleagues in the state government, both Phil and Monica, but also to the local government, who we sat in this boardroom my first year being elected with Rich and the town board. And of course to First Company Pink, Donna and Linda, for not only just carrying Shannon law, but just going out and really educating people and using your most unique way, not only to educate the adult population, but to educate our kids. Just in Copeg, we recently, our youngest is 17 years old, who was diagnosed with breast cancer. So it doesn't have genetics, it doesn't have an age. It's a really, really bad disease, and we need to really educate people so they can get treated at an early stage or an early age. So I'm just going to give you the background of Shannon's law, which was just signed into law by Governor Cuomo last week. We'll expand access to crucial mammogram screenings for millions of New York residents. Many of us know someone who has heroically battled breast cancer or whose life was tragically taken too soon by this disease. And we know that early detection, which is when cancer is most treatable, can make all the difference between life and death. Cancer doesn't wait till 40 years to strike, and we know that with the case for Shannon, who was a beloved wife, a mother, and teacher right here in Babylon, and daughter. There is no doubt that we need to take breast cancer seriously because it has already robbed too many of us of our mothers, our daughters, our sons, our uncles. It's not only a women issue, it's a human issue. There is no doubt that we need to take breast cancer more seriously. And Shannon is looking down on us today with pride, knowing that the work that she started is now law. And this is just the beginning, because we know that there's more work to be done, and we'll keep fighting until breast cancer is eradicated once and for all. I would like again to thank Donna and Linda from First Company Pink, the family, just for educating us, and allowing us legislators to bring the right policies to impact lives positively. Thank you. And we have sheroes and we have smart men, right? So I want to introduce a really smart guy who I have the pleasure of working with, and the pleasure of sitting in that town board room just 5 years ago, Phil Boyle, Senator Phil Boyle.
Thank you, Kimberly, and please forgive my dress. I'm going to an event at the beach right after this, so it's part of the job, but someone's got to do it. But I do want to thank Supervisor Schaefer, the entire Babylon Town Board, my colleagues in government, and to Shannon's family, friends, and supporters. The story that was shared over the course of these years that I've been involved with the legislation has been a driving force in Albany. And I can tell you that a lot of times you hear of a bill the idea brought forward, and you just say, it's a great idea, but I don't know if it's going to get done. But it got done through the advocacy of Shannon's family and friends, and of course, First Company Pink, Donna and Linda. Yesterday we had a signing, you probably read about it in the paper today, of Brianna's Law, Gina Leineck, a force of nature in terms of lobbying and advocacy. Well, we're two women like Gina here today, Donna and Linda, have been pushing, and to get it done, we made progress, and of course, it took two women to get it over the finish line. Kimberly, who's always there as a champion, and my good friend and colleague, Senator Monica Martinez. Vitally important bill, and the nice thing to know, forever going forward, we know that Shannon's life will save many lives going forward. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much.
So I'm going to ask if Donna and Linda would come up. You know, First Company Pink got checked. If you, probably one of the best things we did, Jerry Compatello was my assistant at the time, we set up the pumpkin patch outside here and had it, what's that? The pink pumpkin patch, yes. So if you wouldn't mind coming on up. And I'm going to ask Kevin and Sienna, the Romanchuks, John, come on up. But I'm going to ask if you wouldn't mind saying a few words.
Sure, absolutely. Okay. You want to start?
Hello, everybody. We're just really proud. It's a proud moment for us from Got Checked to be here today. We're the first women to challenge mammogram age in 2015. What I want to say is that I'm honored to be here with the Saturno, the Romanchuk, and Shannon's family, but I urge everybody out there to understand that this is just the beginning. This is a small piece of the puzzle. Unfortunately, we can lower mammogram age to 12. Women are still fearful, are still not going. There's a great portion of people that are not getting checked. And so please, I urge everybody to understand that fair screening needs to be paired with fair education, early education, graduate education, to decrease the fear and let women, really give women options. So this is just the beginning. We're honored to be here. We have put our lives on hold. We put our families, our marriages on hold for 4 full years. We spent nights, endless nights up, 110 hours, 7 days a week, to make sure that this became a reality. But again, it's just the beginning. Please keep in mind that there's a lot more work to be done. Thank you.
I just want to point out, we brought the Deer Park girls track team here today.
Awesome.
High school girls from Deer Park. They're going to be honored in a little while, but it's how appropriate is it that
It is.
We have the young in the room, fabulous.
Yes.
I have just one thing to say, if I could. Again, Got Checked, 2 simple words that demands an answer. It really is a call to action. That's all year round. If everyone could really understand the language behind the policy, right now there's an opportunity for women at 35 years old to take advantage of screening. Please do it. There's no reason to wait. There really are no more excuses. It's a red alert here. Long Island, the boroughs, it's now a New York State. The new language for saving lives got checked, so please everyone take action. We profess action, not awareness. It's imperative everyone tunes in and takes the responsibility and goes forward with their breast health. Thank you.
Your organization?
Again, Donna Chiaffi, First Company Pink got checked. My partner Linda Bonanno, First Company Pink got checked.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Linda and Donna. And now I would like, of course. I would now like to bring up Shannon's father, another tireless advocate, and it's such an honor to meet your family. And just please know that you have also acquired a new family here. And we hope to continue this fight. And as you heard, this is just the beginning. More needs to be done, and we will continue fighting up at the New York State Legislature to make sure that important laws are passed and amended, because this is the beginning. And even though it took some time, but we will get there and we will modify it and we'll perfect it, because women and young girls need to be educated and need to be checked at an earlier stage now than ever. So without further ado, Dad, please come forward.
Yeah, this is very humbling and bittersweet at the same time. So when Shannon was first diagnosed, she said she was going to make a difference. And I don't want to leave anybody out, so she would be very mad at me if I didn't just say thank you to a whole lot of people for putting this on the books and hopefully somebody else avoiding what the Romanchuk and Saturno family has been going through. So a heartfelt thank you to everybody.
Okay, this concludes our press conference with Shannon's Law. Again, thank you so much. Are there any questions from the public? Okay, well, thank you.
So good to see you.